After nearly 40 years, He-Man is finally back on the big screen. And honestly, this might be one of the most surprising movie adaptations of the year. So let's break it down. This new live-action Masters of the Universe follows Prince Adam, played by Galitzine. Unlike most lost hero stories, Adam never forgets where he came from. He remembers Eternia. He remembers Castle Grayskull. He remembers Man-at-Arms. And he remembers the destiny waiting for him. Meanwhile, Skeletor has taken control and is slowly pushing Eternia toward destruction. The setup is familiar. A chosen hero, a kingdom in danger, an evil ruler hungry for power. We've seen versions of this story before, but what matters is how well it's told. And for the most part, the movie starts strong. The opening scenes in Eternia immediately grabbed my attention. The world feels colorful, magical, and larger than life. It does a great job establishing what's at stake before throwing Adam into the main adventure. Then the story moves to Earth, and that's where things slow down a little. The movie spends more time on Earth than it probably needed to. There are plenty of jokes and comedic moments, but some of them stretch scenes longer than necessary. The good news? Once the story returns to Eternia, the movie finds its footing again. Galitzine does a solid job as Prince Adam and He-Man. He brings enough heart and sincerity to make the character likable, even when the script gets messy. Idris Elba as Man-at-Arms is exactly the kind of casting you'd expect to work. And it does. His character serves as both mentor and father figure throughout the film. Some of his story choices feel a little underdeveloped, but Elba's performance keeps the character engaging. But let's be honest, the real star of this movie is Skeletor. Jared Leto's Skeletor completely surprised me. When I first heard the casting announcement, I wasn't convinced. After watching the movie, he ended up being the most entertaining part of the entire experience. He's over the top, he's theatrical, he's funny, and somehow it works. Every time Skeletor appeared on screen, the movie instantly became more fun. The same can't really be said for every supporting villain. Some characters feel more like joke delivery systems than actual people with motivations. And that's one of the movie's biggest issues, the comedy. Now don't get me wrong, some jokes genuinely land. There were several moments that got real laughs out of me, but the movie often undercuts its own emotional scenes. Whenever there's a heartfelt conversation or a potentially epic moment, it feels like the script immediately rushes in with a joke. And sometimes those jokes work, but other times they completely kill the momentum. It's a problem modern blockbuster movies keep running into. Not every serious moment needs a punchline. One thing that absolutely deserves praise is the music. The soundtrack is fantastic. The score captures that classic 80s fantasy adventure energy better than almost anything I've seen recently. The electric guitar elements especially stand out and give the movie a unique identity. It feels heroic. It feels nostalgic. And most importantly, it feels like He-Man. Visually, the movie is a mixed bag. Some of the CGI looks great. Other moments feel a little too artificial. Eternia itself looks colorful and imaginative. But certain sets and locations feel smaller than expected for a world that's supposed to be this grand fantasy kingdom. The film also runs a bit long at over 2 hours. A tighter edit could have improved the pacing considerably, especially during some of the Earth scenes and extended comedy sequences. By the time the credits rolled, I found myself feeling conflicted, because this movie is both enjoyable and messy at the same time. There are moments where it feels like a genuinely epic fantasy adventure, and there are other moments where it feels like a comedy trying to parody itself. The result is a movie that's entertaining, but never quite reaches its full potential. If you're expecting a serious fantasy epic, you might be disappointed. But if you go in expecting a comedy-heavy Masters of the Universe adventure with plenty of action, nostalgia, and a surprisingly fun Skeletor performance, you'll probably have a good time. So overall, Masters of the Universe isn't perfect, but it's fun, it's weird, it's nostalgic, and it's definitely one of the more interesting blockbuster adaptations we've gotten recently. Now I want to hear from you. Have you seen Masters of the Universe? What did you think of Jared Leto's Skeletor? And what's your favorite He-Man movie, cartoon, or storyline of all time? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a review. You're watching The Scene Breakdown, and I'll see you in the next one.